Hey everyone, and welcome. So you're looking to understand what's really going on behind all the buzzwords around machine learning, right? Well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to demystify this powerful technology, and we're going to start from the very beginning.
You've seen these terms everywhere, I'm sure. AI, machine learning, deep learning. They're splashed all over the news, in every article about technology. And let's be honest, it's super easy to get them all mixed up. So what's the actual difference between them?
And you know, if you feel like the whole subject is just this big, complicated mystery, that's completely normal. It can feel really overwhelming. But don't you worry. In this explainer, we're going to start right at the top and clear away all that fog. All right, let's dive in. To really get a handle on this, we've got to start with the biggest, most general idea of them all, and then just work our way down to the nitty-gritty. So let's kick things off with artificial intelligence, or as we all know it, AI.
Okay, so think of AI as the giant umbrella. It's the entire field of study, the whole science, and is dedicated to this one massive goal, making machines smart in a way that kind of mimics how humans think and solve problems.
Now, this is where we get a little more specific. Machine learning, or ML, isn't some totally separate thing. It's actually a powerful way to achieve AI. And here's the key idea. Instead of programming a machine with a million rules for every possible situation, we let it learn those rules for itself, just by finding patterns in data.
So if there's one thing you take away today, it's this. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Imagine AI is a giant circle. That's the whole goal of making machines smart. Well, inside that big circle is a smaller, but really important circle, and that's machine learning. It's one of the main ways we actually build those AI systems today.
And we can zoom in even one more level. You've definitely heard of deep learning. This is a special, super-powered kind of machine learning that uses these complex structures they call neural networks, which are sort of inspired by the web of connections in our own brains to find really subtle patterns in just massive amounts of data.
So there you have it. That's the whole picture. AI is the big goal. Machine learning is a key strategy we use to get there. And deep learning? That's a specialized, very powerful technique inside of machine learning. Each one fits neatly inside the one before it. Now that we've got that whole hierarchy sorted out, let's focus up. For the rest of this explainer, we're going to zero in on what folks call classical machine learning.
That means we're going to be looking at the foundational stuff, like classification, which is basically about sorting things into groups. You know, is this email spam or not spam? And we'll cover regression, which is all about predicting a specific number, like what's the future price of a house? We're going to stick to these core building blocks for now, and we're not going to get into deep learning just yet, but mastering these basics is the perfect launch pad for all those more advanced topics.
Okay, so we've got our definitions down, but why does any of this really matter? Well, it matters because machine learning isn't just some theory in a textbook. It's out there in the real world, solving incredibly tough problems as we speak.
And this isn't just for Silicon Valley tech companies. Machine learning has become this absolutely critical tool in pretty much every major field you can think of. I mean, scientists are using it to explore the cosmos and predict climate change, doctors are using it to understand our brains, and financial analysts are using it to navigate the stock market. It's everywhere.
That all sounds great, but it's still a little abstract, isn't it? What does it actually mean to use machine learning in these fields? What are people doing day to day?
This is where the rubber meets the road. For example, predicting the chance someone might get a disease or trying to figure out a hurricane's path, that's regression. Figuring out if a product review is positive or negative or trying to automatically spot fake news, that's all classification. See? These simple-sounding ideas are powering some incredibly important stuff.
So this all leads us to maybe the most important question. Why should any of this matter to you? Especially if you're not planning on becoming a machine learning engineer or something.
Well, the simple answer is captured perfectly in this quote. ML applications are quite literally everywhere. They're woven into the fabric of our digital lives, and they're all powered by the constant river of data flowing from our phones, our computers, our watches. You're interacting with machine learning dozens of times a day, probably without even noticing it.
And because of that, just having a basic grasp of how it works is becoming, well, essential. It really doesn't matter what your job is or what you're studying. Getting these fundamentals will help you make more sense of the technology that is actively shaping our world.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. Now that you know the basics, that machine learning is all about using data to make predictions and decisions, start looking at your own world. What patterns do you see around you? What outcomes would be really useful to predict?
What everyday problem do you think you could solve with this? The possibilities, and I mean this, are truly endless.